Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How you guys doing? I want to give you some time to share this broadcast with your circle of influence. My guests are not here yet, but we are live on SADIOR Radio. I am playing music. If you would, please share this broadcast with your circle of influence. Start a watch party because I believe somebody is going to be blessed on today. But I do want you to know I do not own the rights to the music playing in the background. I am live on SADIOR Radio. They have all rights to all the music that will be playing throughout this live today. So I'm going to put up a disclaimer letting you guys know that I do not own the rights to this music. We are live on SADIOR Radio. The station has the right to the music that's playing in the background that you may hear on and off throughout this broadcast. But I am super excited about this morning. I have 4 amazing guests that are going to come on. I'm waiting for my guests to show up. But meanwhile, I am playing and enjoying my music in the background. As you can see, I am playing music live on the radio. If you would, please, if you have not downloaded the SADIOR Radio app, I want you to go over and download the SADIOR Radio app and share that with your circle of influence and your friends as another way to listen to us on the go. So if you're in your car, on your phone, you can listen to us live. And I want you to know that I am live every Sunday starting today. This is my first Sunday in December, and I am live every Sunday now for the rest of 2021. So I want you guys to tune in every Sunday if you can from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. If you have not downloaded that app, please get that app downloaded so you can listen to me on the go, because I know with people going back to church and stuff, you may be on your way out the door and you want to hear some music or you want to hear something inspirational. You can catch me on SADIOR Radio, and you can catch me live. I am live right now on the radio. I'm waiting for my guests to show up. So we're going to go live with my guests once they show up. But I am live right now on SADIOR Radio. I'm playing music in the background. Just enjoying the morning. So if you would, please just share this broadcast. If you have any comments, any questions throughout this broadcast, if you would post them in the comment section, I will make sure I get them up for the guests on today. Good morning, woman of God. Bless you, bless you, bless you. But I want you guys to please share this if you can. Like I said, I'm going to be sharing some amazing music. I'm going to be sharing from our devotional this morning, Women of Indefinable Worth. I'm owning my truth. So if you are... I just want you to stay with us and share while I'm waiting on my guests and I'm playing this music. So you get to see a little bit of what I do behind the scene while I'm getting ready for my show and what happens while I'm on my show. So you can see the authenticness of me and what I do. And if I mess up, I mess up. If I hiccup, I hiccup. But it is what it is. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I want to thank you for tuning in this morning. I don't know what to do. Waiting on my guests, waiting on my guests, waiting on my guests. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I just want to let you know you're tuned in to Walk in Purpose with Angela. I am Angela Thomas Smith, and you are tuned in to SADIOR Radio, the station that is more than just music. When my life is so cloudy, guide me until I'm sure Gotta make sure I got my audio straight, y'all. Gotta make sure my audio is all right, so I can make sure that I'm giving out a good show this morning. For my guests when they show up. But I hope you guys are having an amazing morning. I know that you are blessed, and I want you to know that you are blessed because you woke up this morning. Somebody didn't wake up. Somebody didn't make it up on this side. But because you woke up this morning and you woke up on this side, you got another chance to get it right. So I want you to be encouraged. I want you to know that you have purpose and that God didn't just drop you out the sky. That you have a purpose in this world, and it's up to you to discover that purpose. Good morning, Tracy. Good morning. I hope that you guys are having a wonderful morning. I pray that your day is blessed. I hope that you enjoy the show this morning. While I'm waiting on my guests, I am going to I'm going to share with you guys the devotional. So when this song plays, I'm going to share this devotional with you guys, and it's out of my latest release. I did this collaboration project with 20 of us, 19 other individuals, and we are women of indefinable worth. We are owning our truth because no one could define us, no one can put a value on us. Because if you go over to the Word of God, you have to believe that His Word is His Word. And He said, we are fearfully and wonderfully made. I truly believe that when He created us, that once He created us, He broke that mold. So there's no one else like us, and we have to understand that, and we have to believe that. So if we are fearfully and wonderfully made in His eye, then that means He knows us, and He knows everything about us, and He wants nothing but the best for all of us. And this morning, I'm here to encourage somebody. I don't know who it is, but I'm here to encourage somebody to let you know that you're not on this journey alone and that God has not forgotten about you. All that you've been through in 2020, just know that 2021 is going to be bigger and it's going to be better. He's going to give you double for your trouble. And you have to believe that. You have to believe that in your heart. And you have to know that. Whew. Thank you, Jesus. But I tell you, I thank God. I thank God for second chances. I thank Him for His grace and His mercy. I thank Him for just allowing me the opportunity to be able to do all the things that I do, to be able to touch lives and to be able to be an impact. So I thank Him. I thank Him this morning. I just give Him praise this morning. I just give Him honor. I just give Him praise. I just give Him honor. I tell you, my voice it's been trying to go out on me. It's been changing because with the weather, everybody know I have real bad sinus problems. So sometimes my sinuses be acting up, so it be going in and out. So my voice been wanting to go and come, but I tell you, the devil is a lie. The devil is a lie. He is a lie. He is a lie. I shall have my voice. I shall do all that you say I shall. Good morning. You are tuned in to SADIOR Radio. I am Angela Thomas Smith, the host of Walk in Purpose. I hope you guys are having a great morning. Please stay tuned. I tell you, I have some amazing guests that are going to be a part of this program this morning. If you would, please share this broadcast with your circle of influence. Call somebody, get them online. Tell them to download the app. Tell them to go over to Facebook and check us out. I promise you, you will be blessed. And this song playing now is from one of my friends, Lovey Scott. She's from the West Coast. She's an author, a serial entrepreneur. She's amazing. If you're over on Facebook, please go over and follow her. Her name is Lovey Scott. She's related. Jesus on the cross. The price is not paid. Y'all rap. 108 bulletproof dress. Truly say that I'm blessed. One city, y'all rap. Gospel represents, I confess. Not here to impress. If you would please share this, start a watch party. I promise you guys, you're gonna be blessed this morning. If you have any comments, any questions throughout this broadcast, I want you to post them, ask them. We're here to serve. We're here to help you. We're here to help you grow. I see my guest is in the backstage, but it's saying that her device is not connected. So I'm trying to see if you can hear me. It's saying you're not connected, so you might want to go back out and click on the blue button to allow your devices to be heard and seen. Play your position without the foundation. There is no building that goes for high beyond the ceiling. The mission accomplished is the best thing y'all rep. Again, if you're on Facebook, for those that are tuned in right now on this live, the song that's playing right now in the background, that is of Lovey Scott. And you can Google, you can put her in your search. She's on Facebook. She's on the West Coast. She is an amazing individual. Her testimony is amazing. You have to check her out. She has a candle line. She's an author. She has a radio show, Diamond Mix on East Coast. I tell you, you have to check her out. So if you're on Facebook, please go over and check out Lovey Scott. This is the song playing in the background right now. It's not gonna let. It's not gonna let me let you on because you're not allowing your device to be heard or seen. So you have to go back out. There's a blue box up under your name. You have to click on that box and you have to accept to be heard and to be seen. Let me find my phone. Well, while I'm waiting for my guests to show up, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and do my devotional while I have time. So let me let this song play out. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to Walk in Purpose with Angela here on SADIOR Radio. Of course, I am Angela Thomas Smith. I am the host of Walk in Purpose. And I want to thank you for tuning in this morning. This morning, I'm going to be sharing from a part of the book that I did. Was 19 of the individuals, and it's called Women of Indefinable Worth. I am owning my truth. So I'm going to be sharing this devotional with you, if you would. Okay, so it's called I Love Him Like I Do. And of course, it is written by me. And I'm reminded of a song, I Love Him Like I Do, by Dietrich Hatton and Reuben Stutter. See, I got a testimony, how he saved my soul when I was just a sinner, left in the cold, gave me a second chance, saved me from myself, came to my rescue when I needed help. Do you want to know why? I love him like I do. Because when the enemy said I was through, he took me from the bottom and put me at the top. He laid his hands on me, and now I can't stop praising. Even in the most darkest moments in my life, God never left me. Even though I suppressed him and his power within me, as I look back over my life, I see a lot of my errors. I thank God for waking me up and allowing me the opportunity to share portions of my journey, to educate, empower, and encourage others to do the same. Let me tell you something. I thank God for the 9 years that I did have. And he allowed me to have him with my dad. See, my dad had always been in my life. And I thank God that I was able to spend the years that I did with him. So I'm going to go on over and I want to share with you. Today, I want you to know that you have purpose. You are a Proverbs 31 and 20. I'm sorry. You are a Proverbs 31 queen, worthy of all Yahweh has for you. But the only way is surrender and allow Yahweh in. He will not come where he's not wanted or welcome. No, he said, no, I never said it would be easy. Luke 1 and 37. It takes work, but know that your labor will never be in vain. When you work unto the Lord, now you have to utilize the power that is within you. As a child of the Most High, he tells you in Proverbs 18 and 21, death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat the fruit. I didn't just watch Yahweh transform my life, but I watched him transform my dad. 180 over the last 9 years before he transitioned to be with the Lord. My dad was saved. We had a relationship. Before my dad went on to glory, I can say that he knew who Jesus was and he had owned his truth. I say that this morning to that person that think that God has forgotten about them, that they're on this journey and they're alone. You have to know that you're never alone. The God says he'll leave the comforter, and he's left the comforter to comfort you, to be with you in those moments when you don't know how you're going to make ends eat, when you don't know where your next meal is coming from, how you going to get back and forth to work, how you going to have a roof over your head, how you going to take care of your babies. You know, we wonder about all this when we're going through, and especially with this pandemic and all this has taken place in 2020. You know, a lot of us have lost our jobs. A lot of us have lost our homes. A lot of us have lost loved ones. But through it all, we have to remember that God is in control and that he never put more on us than we can bear. I tell you, during this time, I've been standing on Psalms 46 and 10 because we have to be still and know that God is God and he's not a man that he shall lie. And his word is not going to return to him, Lord. But in order to manifest his word in your life, you have to spend time in the word. You have to, we want to have this relationship. We want to have a relationship with God. We want to be close to him. We want to be able to connect with him. But we don't spend no time in the word because the word is God and God is the word. And if you're not spending any time in the word, how is you spending time with the one that created you? And you got to get it. Whether you don't believe in what's in the Bible, you got to get that relationship with God so that you know how to discern what is right and what is wrong and what is of him and what is not of him. But he said, a stranger voice you shall not follow, but you'll know his voice. And I thank him because I didn't always know his voice, but I know his voice now. And I'm able to hear from him. And I thank him for that. I'm still waiting on my guests to show up, you guys. I want to thank you guys for tuning in this morning. I see one of my guests is trying to get on, but she's having problems with her device, and it's not letting her on. I can see her trying, but she's not able to get on. So I'm going to go ahead and play this song for you guys, and we're going to try to get her on. How? Refuses to die. One touch will change. Hello. Take me. Hello. I don't have much to bring. My heart's torn in pieces. It's my offering. Lay me at the throne. Leave me there alone. Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me? I can hear you, ma'am. I'm live on air, so I have to have music playing. But I see you on the screen in the background. It's saying you're in the back. It says your device is not connected. So that means you didn't either click on where it says accept your volume or accept your audio. The people's pain. So Lord, take right now. Let it fall like rain. Can you not hear me? I can hear you. No, ma'am, I can't. I made my decision to run to you, the healer that I need. Take me to the King. Hello. Good morning, good morning, good morning. You are tuned in to Walk in Purpose with Angela. I am your host, Angela Thomas Smith, and you are tuned in to SADIOR Radio. I want to thank you guys for tuning in this morning. I hope you are enjoying the show. Stay tuned. I have some amazing guests that are going to stop by. Hello. Yes, ma'am. I'm live on air. Hi. Yes, ma'am. This is Joanne Long. Okay, are you going to be able to come on, or you're not going to be able to come on? I can't get the video to work. Okay, did you download and did you accept the thing? Yeah. Okay, did you go in your settings and see if something is going on with your video? Your camera? I'm trying to get my guest on, you guys. She's having problems with her camera.
for that little child with no father, for that man that doesn't have a place to stay, for that little boy living with AIDS. Can I tell you a story? Tell you a story. You can wait on me. Man, oh yeah, standing on the corner. He has no home. He has no home. And his blue skies are gone. Can you hear him crying now? A girl searching for a father and a friend, praying that storm someday will end. And instead of walking away, yes. Open up your heart and I am waiting for my guest. Yes, I'm waiting for my guest. And the pain. But I ain't got my coffee this morning. So that was Kurt Franklin, Lean on Me. And sometimes we need to lean on other people. I tell you, this morning, we are having so much trouble trying to get my guests on and to get my guests situated. I have one guest that's trying to get from work to home, and then I have another guest that's trying to get on, having technical difficulties. But, you know, that happens. And I want that person that's listening this morning to know that in life, things come up, distractions come, obstacles come, but you have to know that God's word is his word. And according to Luke 1:37, he tells you, faith, it does not make it easy, but it makes it possible. And you have to know that all things are possible through him that serves the Lord. And you have to seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all things shall be added. And we forget that on this walk, you know, and we get so consumed in life and what's going on around us. And people get so caught up in the religion and not the relationship. And to me, it's all about that relationship and connecting with God, because I truly believe that there's nothing in this world that we can do that God will not instruct us on and forgive us, because he'll let you know when you're doing wrong. If your conscience do not condemn you, then I say let it be. I don't judge anybody, because I have no hell or no heaven to put you in, because I'm nobody, because I have my own struggles. And I pray daily, and I fast daily and ask God to lead and direct me. That's why I'm so excited about this conference coming up, the 27th of this month. It is called the 3 R's for shifting your mindset for 2021. I tell you, we've been through so much in 2020. God laid it on my heart just the other day, and I put this conference together in 24 hours. I have 9 amazing individuals that's going to be touching on the topic of renew, reset, and restore. And then I have an amazing young lady out of Florida that's going to be the keynote speaker. And we're just going to touch lives that night. So I want you to, if you're following me on Facebook or Instagram, go over and Google or look up the 3 R's to 2021. I tell you, I'm excited. We have a flyer being created, and we're going to be promoting it. So if you follow me on Facebook, please go over and check out that event. We're going to also have a event bright created so we can share it with the world, because we want people to be blessed. We want people to know that they have purpose, that God didn't just drop them out of the sky, that he placed you here strategically, because he said in Jeremiah 29:11, he said, I have a plan for you to prosper you, for you to be in good health, for you to have hope in a future. And I truly believe that God's word is not going to return to him void. He's going to watch over his word until it's performed. In spite of what it looks like in the natural, you have to know that he's working in the spirit. And it is so. So I'm going to play this song, and I want you to know that all chains shall be broken. Here in this place, we humbly bow our hearts away. Speak to us now. There is no time here, only your presence. Show us your glory. Speak to us now. Speak to us now. Oh, here in this place, we our hearts away, speak low. There is no time here, only your presence. Speak to us now. Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit, we want you. Here we know our hearts are waiting. Speak to us now. There is no time here, only your presence.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. It's been a crazy one, huh?
Yeah, it is. It has. But you know what? Nevertheless, God is good. How are you this morning?
I'm good. I'm here. So this is all good for me.
Amen. Well, I'm playing this song right now. As soon as I finish playing this song, I will bring you live on the radio so we can.
Hey, I'm here
So
for
it's
you.
my show is Walk in Purpose. That's what I do across all of my platforms. Of course, I've been sharing this morning about walking in purpose and people not giving up and pressing in spite of all that we've been faced in 2020, to look forward to 2021 and all that God has in store for us.
Well, I'm
That's
ready.
what I'm sharing this morning, and I just want you to share whatever you want to share about you and walking in your purpose this morning. So I'm gonna
Wow.
finish the song and then I'm gonna bring you up and whatever God lay on your heart to share. That's what I want you to share this morning.
Okay.
But I want people to know who you are. So we're gonna let you introduce yourself and then we go from there.
Okay.
Good morning. That was Lord, We Are Waiting by Tamala Mann. Of course, I am Angela Thomas Smith, and you are tuned in to Walk in Purpose right here on SADIOR Radio, the station that is more than just music. And today, I have an amazing guest that's going to be sharing with us. I tell you, I've had the opportunity of meeting this individual some years ago. Um, we've never personally met, um, but we crossed paths across Facebook and we connected, and we've been connected for a while. And I thank God for her. So I'm going to bring her on and allow her to share just a little bit about herself. Author Blaque Diamond, how are you
Hi,
this
good
morning?
morning. I'm fine. Hi, how are you? Yes, we have crossed paths, and I am anxiously awaiting our first meeting. I'm hoping the coronavirus is over by then so I can give you a big hug. Otherwise, we got to
Okay.
do that air church hug.
Amen. I tell you, this year has really been a rough year for a lot of us. What has this year been like for you?
Wow. I guess it could, in the beginning, it could be just like anybody else's with dealing with this coronavirus and so many loss that we have had, some of family members for some, and just of the American people. It's just been a struggle, just trying to keep it together and not knowing the unknown as far as where we're going to be going and how this is going to be handled. But personally, I'm just trying to hang in there and just trying to make sure that I wake up every morning with a smile on my face and my heart not being so heavy. But and I think that this is the time that he's given us to look at ourselves and know where we're at. I was talking to a friend yesterday, and I said, "Yeah, it was just as quick as a pluck of his fingers, and this change has happened and occurred." And I think it's a wake up call for some of us because at some time we would be in the grocery store and we would just stand online and just put our things down and purchase whatever we had to purchase. But now I notice a lot of people, and some of them don't look like they even know each other. They're saying thank you and excuse me, and you can go first. And it's just a different heart that I'm seeing. And I'm wondering wondering, did it have to take something like that? He's real. You know, he's right there with us. We may not see him, but you know, the way that we think that we can see him, but he's actually, I'm looking at him now when I'm looking at you. I'm looking at him now when I get out of my car, when I go to the store, when I do anything that I do, I'm looking at him. I'll be looking at him walking through this door in a minute with one of my children. So I'm paying attention. That's what I'm paying attention. It's nothing else I can say. I am paying attention. So you got my attention. You always had it, but now I'm looking at it totally different. And I'm seeing that, wow, whoo, you're not playing, you're not a joke, and you are definitely real.
And you know, and I think that's where a lot of people are right now, because this has really given you an opportunity to take a look at yourself and see who you really are and what have you really been doing. Have you really been doing the things of God, or have we been playing church, as people would say?
Yeah.
And me personally, I had to do a lot of re-evaluating, because where I thought I was walking in righteousness, I was walking in error. I was walking in error. You know, where the words say, you know, we're supposed to love our neighbors as we love ourselves. I wasn't doing that. How? When I was holding grudges against people. People don't hurt me and did all kind of things to me, and I was holding that against them. No way was I be an example of someone that loved God. No way was that. But every day I wake up and I say I love God. I go to church and I give him praise. I've been in church all my life. You know, and a lot of us have. But have church been in us?
Amen. Well, I know that, you know, somebody needs to be read, and I'm going to do it today. I'm going to read myself. Nobody has to read me. I'm going to read myself, and I'm not going to be too kind with it. I'm going to start with chapter 1. I'm going to see for myself where I am and where I started from, and the mistakes that I made and the things that I need to change. So I'm going to give myself a good hard read, because it's about time. You know, other people can say, yeah, I'm going to read her. No, you don't have to. Not today, you don't. I'm going to read myself, and I'm going to open up that chapter differently, because I know that when I came into this world, he knew exactly what I was supposed to do, but I wasn't doing it. I know I wasn't. I'm not going to sit there and perpetrate anything at all by sitting there and say, yeah, God, I was doing this. You know better. You know what I've been doing. You know, I know what I have been doing. I know other people may see different things and say, oh, she's this or she's that. You know, she's doing a great thing and whatnot, but I'm not doing enough. I'm not doing enough. And am I doing it the right way? Am I doing it his way? So I need to read myself. I need to start with chapter 1, and I'm going to open that book, and I'm going to look at myself again and say, you know, he's not playing. He put me here for such a short period of time. And am I doing the job that he put me down here to do? No, I am not. No, I am not. I know that. So I'm asking him for another chance. I'm not going to wait till I'm sick, laying on the bed, dying, had cramps or anything else, and say, oh, God, please help me get ready to say it. I can't do that today. So I'm going to ask him for another chance at trying to get this thing called life all over again, because that's what he's giving me. He's giving me another chance, and that's what I'm going to take. I'm going to take this chance. I'm not going to be playing with him, because he's looking down and he said, okay, I'm going to give you this chance. Don't screw it up. And believe me, I'm not going to let you down. I'm not. I may have in the past, but not this time. Not this time. I got to push forward. So I'm ready. I'm ready. Just you don't even got to tap me on the shoulder. You don't have to tell me when I open up this door and go out this room. I know as I'm sitting here, I'm ready. What's my assignment? Come on. Give it to me. What's my assignment? I'm ready. Because he's not playing, and he's giving, like I said, he's giving us this chance. And yeah, we're all in the middle of this pandemic. And again, my heart goes out to the families who have lost and loved their loved ones. I truly, truly, my heart is just truly there. It's every day somebody is going. You know, people are going in the dozens, and it's just so unfortunate. It's truly unfortunate, and I'm just here. Just use me for what you need to use me for, because that's why you put me down here. You had me here before. Something happened. I was gone. I came back. Different body, different skin tone, different name, different period. But you're giving me another chance to get it right, and I'm not going to try to mess it up. So I'm here today to say that I'm ready to do my job.
You know what?
you say all that, and that's all I've been trying to reach across my platform since I started this back in February. You know, this is why I do everything that I do. Because I want people to know that God didn't just drop us here.
Oh,
He
no, he
placed
didn't.
us here strategically with a purpose. He tells us that. He reminds us that in the word. No, he tells us in Jeremiah 1:5. He said, every hair on our head, he called on my name. He set us apart. That means if he set you apart, that means he individually know you. He know you by your name. He know you by Blaque Diamond. He know me by Angela. And he made us unique.
Yes, he
He
did.
said he fearfully and wonderfully made us. You know what? I don't believe in incidents or coincidence. I believe in divine connections, and even though we haven't had the opportunity to physically meet, the spiritual connection that God has allowed us to have, it has allowed us to stay connected.
Yes.
And we've been able to share in this amazing book.
Yes, I have my copy.
Owning our truth. Because why? We want people to be educated, empowered, and encouraged to walk in their purpose and to know that they have purpose. Over in Jeremiah 29:11, he said, I got a plan for you to prosper you, for you to be in good health, for you to have hope and a future.
He's brought
I
me
thank you
through
for
these
coming on
things.
this morning and sharing just what you shared.
Thank you. Thank you.
Somebody needs to hear that this morning. Somebody needs to hear that.
Well, I'm grateful that this is the radio because I can rewind and I can listen to it myself when I'm feeling as though I'm falling off. Nope, this is what you said. This is what you're going to do, and I'm just trying to keep it going. Again, I what I'm going to do today is I'm going to apologize to him for not doing what he wanted me to do. I'm going to apologize for those who he wanted me to do it for. I'm going to apologize because this is what he said for me to do, and I'm different. I went down a different path. I'm going to apologize to those who could have been touched by what he wanted me to do, and I didn't touch them. I didn't even come close. So I'm going to keep apologizing for that, and I'm going to forever apologize. Even when I see him, I'm going to apologize for me not doing my job down here when he put me down here to do it, because I could be wasting space and he could have somebody else in my place. So I apologize for all of that I did not do, and just ask again to give me another chance at getting this life together and maybe touching somebody else's life, because I'm just down here for just a little while. I have no idea when he's going to call me home, but I apologize for not getting it right.
My. I tell you, I'm over here in tears because people just don't understand. I've messed up a lot on this journey. But you know what? I asked to be a willing vessel, to be used so that other people don't have to go down the roads that I went down, so that they will know the truth, so that they can walk in truth, so that they don't have to suffer like we did and go through the things that we did. I'm like you. I often wonder how all the mistakes I made hindered people and stopped people from walking in their destiny. How many people lost their lives because I didn't do what I was supposed to do? How many people
This
are
is what
walking in darkness because I failed to do what I was called to do? And we don't get it. We think that this life is our life, and it's not. We just passing through. And this flesh that we're in, this is just borrowed. We're going to leave this one day. What will your dash stay between your birth and your exit? I want my dash to be remembered. I want
Not
people
enough.
to remember positive things where somebody was hungry and I fed them. or somebody was homeless and I helped give them shelter. But are we doing that? You are doing some amazing things.
Thank you.
You know, and I know you may think you're not doing, but you're doing a lot, and you're doing a lot of good. And I'm proud of you. I'm super proud of you. I want you to share with those that may not have heard your story yet, because it's amazing.
Well, he pulled me through. He's pulled me through so much. It's like, am I still making mistakes and you keep giving me chances? He's pulled me through being tampered with as a child. He's pulled me through wanting to contemplate suicide. He's pulled me through when someone put a hit out on me. He pulled me through when I found my husband's body in the morgue and he was there for 3 weeks and I wasn't notified. He pulled me through witnessing a murder and needing protection. He has given me the opportunity to parent 12 children, 6 boys and 6 girls. He's pulled me through so much. He's pulled me through surgery after surgery after surgery. I've counted the surgeries I've had, and I've had 14 for different reasons because I guess I wasn't taking care of myself. But he's pulled me through all of that. So he's given me this chance, and I'm going to take this opportunity to continue to not just parent my children, but to help other people parent their children. No, I am not perfect. I am an imperfectly perfect person. And I know that going forward, and I'm going to keep it going. He's pulled me through so much, and I just continue to not even have to look over my shoulders like some when they know they did something wrong. I look over my shoulder to say, you still there? And I'm happy to look over my shoulder. So yeah, I'm looking back. You still there? You got me, right? So I'm going to keep it looking back, and I'm going to keep saying, you got me, right? And I'm going to keep it going. So he's pulled me through so much. I can't even begin to talk to somebody about what I've been through when I'm so busy focused on what they're going through. And I want to be there to continue to help other people as much as I can. And no matter what, if I have to give advice, I'm going to give advice. And that's something that I like doing. I like talking to people. I like helping them work it out. If I can, I'll do that. So I am a parent coach. And it's not just about parenting you on your children. It's about parenting yourself. Because I had to do that. I had to parent myself for such a long period of time. But I didn't know that. I just kept going through and just waking up and just getting up, putting my left and my right down, putting on my pants like everybody else, putting on my shirt and walking out the door. But I've sat back and I looked at myself and I realized that I need some parenting. And I'm parenting myself at this point in time. And that's what I'm doing with others, and them parent themselves. And it's just a joyous ride to watch them and them to have that smile on their face to say, I'm doing it. And I'm like, yes, you are. You're doing it 100%. Make that commitment to yourself, to parent yourself, because I've committed to myself.
Wow. You are amazing. I so love you.
Thank you. Love you.
I can't wait till this pandemic is over because it's so many of you guys that I just want to hug your neck and just love on you because your spirit. This pandemic has truly put me in a place where I've truly had to reevaluate. And in doing that, I tell you, I have truly grown over this process. But God has been dealing with me for a couple years now. You know, this pandemic is just helped strengthen my walk with Him. And I truly thank Him when a lot of people didn't understand. And a lot of people were getting worried, they were getting frustrated, they was falling by the wayside, as they would say.
This has certainly changed the course of life for me and probably many others. Definitely a wake-up call. And this is all I can think of, 5 years down the road, still, do you remember the pandemic? I think we're going to forever live in the pandemic in our mind, even if they find treatment and cures for it. This is just the way we're going to be. We're still going to be cautious, whether we have our mask on or not. How many of us is going to still be hiding behind that mask, even though it's not visible to others? So I can't say how things are going to change. I just know that there's a change coming. And I'm just going to be grateful that I'm going to do my part. I'm definitely going to do my part to help make that change. And I just want to know who's with me, who's with me to come along and just to keep making that change, because I think that I'm going to look at it different. I was watching a show one day, and I don't remember what it was, but at the end of the show, this man was holding on to this little boy, and everybody was covered in ash and soot. And they asked the little boy who was his parents, what did he look like? He pointed and he said, he looks like you, and he looks like him, and he looks like, because everybody was covered with ash and soot, so they didn't have a color. It's just this grayish thing that they had on. And that's what he looked like to this little boy. So when the masks come off, I want everybody to do the same thing, to look at each other and say that they look like that person looking at them. Because all it is our eyes looking in somebody else's eyes. It's beyond the skin. It's going right through them. And that's you. It's the mirror in the back of the lens in your eyes that you are looking at. So that, remember that when you're looking at somebody, you're looking at a reflection of yourself. So you treat that person the way that you're going to be treated, that you want to be treated, because that's who you're looking at. So if you're going to treat that person kindly, know that that's who you're looking at. You're looking at yourself, because you're going to treat yourself kindly. So the mask is going to come off, and I want everybody to be able to look at each other and say, that's me. Because that is me, because that's the reflection that God has got me looking at. He's looking, that's his child. That's your brother, that's your father, that's your cousin. So he's giving us that chance, and I'm just saying, don't blow it. Don't blow that opportunity, because you could have been the one that people could have called a number and put a toe tag on you and said this person is gone because of COVID or because of something else. So don't be that toe tag. Be more than that. At least while you're here, be more than that. Because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be more than that.
You have definitely been inspirational this morning. I want you to share with those that are tuned in over the radio, and those that will see this through replay through Facebook, because I am live on Facebook, how they can reach out and get in contact with you and purchase some of your amazing books, because you have what, 5, 6 books out? More than that.
5, 6, 7, 8. Well, I have 4. It's on the Stacey F. journey of foster care, from birth to foster care to adoption. And that's on stacyf.com. That's the website for that. And I have some collaborations, as well as a new book, which just came out. It's called 1380 Prospect Avenue, Not Another Bronx Tale, because it's not just another Bronx tale. It is based in New York. That, along with the other books, can be purchased from author BlaqueDiamond.com. That's Blaque spelled BLAQUE. We also have a book trailer. If you go on Facebook, I'm under author Blaque Diamond. So enjoy the trailer. I'm hoping that everybody will get a chance to look at it. It is something that is so close to my heart. It does deal with foster care and adoption, but it takes you on a different journey than the Stacey F. book. The Stacey F. series of books, it basically tells you the journey of the child as she comes into care and the many different reasons that children come into care. It also tells you about the transition to foster care and then being adopted in the end. So that's what the Stacey F. book is about. But this 1380 Prospect Avenue, it's more real than I thought that it would be. It taught of a family, and the children are put into foster care, and it tells you that they are trying to find steady footing for themselves as they also look at who have possibly murdered their family. So this book is going to be a trilogy, and I just got my personal copy yesterday, and I'm looking at it and reading it, and I'm reading it in different ways, so I'm going to continue to read it to make sure it's what should be out right now. But I did put the trailer out so it can give you an idea of what the book is about, and I'm already in the process of writing part 2, journey that I've been on with foster care and adoption. And many ask me, have I ever been in foster care? No, I haven't. But what I did was I took the challenge, and that was the trash bag challenge that I've taken. And I walked around with the trash bag with all my personal items in it for a month, just to see what it was like to have all my personal things in one bag, everything that I cherish besides my children in that bag. And I don't understand how it happens. I don't. These children and some adults walk around with everything they own in that bag. I've gotten looks, I've gotten stares, and I've gotten questions, and hopefully some of those questions about me walking around the way that I did. And what I think that it did give was some insight into foster care and adoption to some who had no clue as far as what it was about. No, it's not just about a person being on drugs and their children being in foster care. It's many different reasons why children go into foster care. And my goal is to get those children out of foster care and to go into a loving home, if not back to their own family members. It's very important that we find homes for these children. They don't need to be in care, and that's where my journey had started, taking in some children, and these are relatives children who I have. I have 3 biological children, but the other 9 are my nieces. Some are kinship care, some are custody and guardianship, and some I adopted through the New York City foster care system. And I have them age range from 9 to 44 years old. And I wouldn't change it for nothing in the world. Yes, I wish they had been able to stay with their biological parents, but they're still with family. And that's what my journey is about, trying to make sure that they go back to either family or either go into a loving home of someone who will be willing to take care of them and to provide them the necessary tools that they need to be a productive adult.
I thank you so much for what you do.
I'm also on everybody. It's something.
Wow. You're amazing. And when we've talked about this several times, and every time I hear your story, it touches my heart. You know, I lost my mom when I was young. I lost my mom 12 days after my 16th birthday. And I could have been one of those kids. You know what I'm saying? But because of my sister, she refused to allow me to go in the system. So my sister raised me. So I truly understand. But I know that there are a lot of kids out there, because I went to school with some kids that were in and out of foster care. Had some cousins that were in and out of foster care, and family members ended up taking them in. And so I understand. I have a friend girl right now that has custody. Well, she have guardianship of her grandkids. And we're going to talk off air about that. I got some questions for you. But she's going through that right now. And there's a lot of people that are taking care of their grandkids. And
that's one of my platforms as well, the custody and guardianship and grandparents. Grandparents do not have rights in any states to go in and try to get custody of their grandchildren. However, you can go in and get it. I failed the first time when I attempted to get custody of my grandchildren, but I've learned throughout the way. Now I have custody of one of my grandchildren, and I'm going around doing a grandparent to speak to people, to talk to them, and to show them things that they can do, how they can go about it, until they can pass a law in some state. My concern is that when children are removed from foster care, they're put in, from their biological parents, they're put in the system. But the system then goes and look for a grandparent to take care of that child. Why do they have to go through all of that? Why can't the grandparent just say, because they identified that there's something going on and that they want to step in and take care of the grandchild? But they go to court and they do that, and it becomes an issue because mom and dad is there, and mom and dad is there explaining that they're caring for their child in the right way. But grandma, no. What grandma do you know that's 60 or 65 years old that want to start over with a baby? They don't. They're not doing it to be spiteful. They're doing it because they love their grandchild and they want the best for their grandchild, like they wanted the best for their own children. And that becomes an issue in the eyes of the law. With the biological parent, and something happens, the state steps in and removes that same child that the grandparent was in court talking to you about months ago. It shouldn't have to go that far. It really shouldn't have to go that far. So I'm wanting legislating to change the way that they do things with that. Understand that we don't want our children. It's not a black thing. It's not a white thing. It's a child thing. We don't want the kids in care. And there are people that are family members that want to get these kids out of care and want to provide for those kids. It's definitely not about the money.
Wow. Well, I definitely want to talk with you about that because I have a friend girl that's going through that right now. And I definitely want to get some insight. And I want to put you guys in contact with each other. For sure. Because it's a struggle. I think it is. I want you to share again how people can reach out to you before we get off air. In case somebody wants to purchase a book or if they just want to follow you.
You can follow me on Facebook. I'm under author Blaque Diamond, BLAQUE. You can follow me on my website, Diamond, spelled the same way, .com. Or you could email me at blackediamond357@yahoo.com. I'm on
Well, I want to
Instagram.
thank you so much for coming on this morning. And I pray that you have a blessed week. Keep up the amazing work and stay connected. I definitely, after this pandemic is over, I definitely want to come to the DC area and spend some time with you and hug your neck. Because it's been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming. So I thank you for stopping by today.
Yes, it has. Thank you. Have a great weekend.
Well, you have a great day. Thank you.
You too. You're welcome. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Whew, I tell you, Lord has been good. She's amazing, y'all, and I truly thank God for her. So I'm going to play this song, and then I'm going to get it ready for my next guest to come up. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Oh, I'm tired, girl.
You just getting out of work?
Yeah.
Bless your heart. So we are live on Facebook. I am playing a song right now on the radio. So as soon as this song finishes playing, we'll go live on the radio. So how you doing?
I'm doing good. Doing great.
What you been up to?
I'm just working and grinding as usual.
That's it. That's all we can do. Trying to stay safe.
Yeah, that's the main thing, trying to stay safe.
This pandemic. I was down in Atlanta right before Thanksgiving. I came down right before Thanksgiving.
Okay.
I came down that Tuesday. I stayed that Wednesday and I came back.
Okay. I'm trying to that coalition where you're gonna have the experiment offers, but I'm supposed to go to the Roku channel with my show at the beginning of the year. So I gotta see how to incorporate that.
I got something coming up too.
So
I got something coming up too. I just think I ain't been saying nothing. Like I'm trying to make sure I get it. I get it legit and get it all worked out, all the kinks worked out and everything. But it's gonna be amazing, and can't nobody get credit for it. I know it's nothing but God. You know, God is amazing, and so many people are just sleeping right now. If they just wake up and just allow God to sleep them. Because He's gifted us. He's given us so many gifts and talents within us, and we're just letting them just lay dormant in us, and we're not even stirring up the things that He's put inside of us.
I had a guy tell me a couple of weeks ago. He said the most talented people are over there laying in the grave.
Yep. And and you know what? I keep telling people all this stuff. They say, why you share so much? Why you give us yourself so freely and you give this so freely? You know what? I can't take none of this with me.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't want to stand before Him and He say all them books you had in you, all them speeches you had in you, and you out there laying that dead body, that physical body out there laying, and who can you talk to now? Who can you share with now? Blaque Diamond was on just now, and she made valid points.
I mean, she touched on some valid things. You know, yeah, we may have messed up. We may have done a lot of things wrong. But he's given us a second chance.
Yep.
He woke us up this morning. You know, we here talking. You know, every day that he gave us another chance to get it right.
Mm-hmm.
No, we're not perfect by far.
Nope.
We're not perfect by far. In no way did he think we were gonna be perfect. He knew we was gonna make mistakes. He knew we was gonna fall. But he gave you a way out. He gave you a way out. Yep. And we got to know how to tap into that way out. We got to know how not to allow our failures, our letdowns, our delays, everything that come to distract us, keep us down, keep us bound. And that's what people do. They let the least thing that come against them.
You know what was so funny? You know what was so funny? My friend, she said, I've been trying to, she's from back home. She said, I've been trying to get in touch with you for the past week. She said, what have you been doing? I said, nothing. She said, I was crying on the phone because at this job, this girl that I was talking to, she asked her about me. Did she know me? And the girl was like, oh my God, he's such a loser. Oh, he's probably in jail or somewhere. And she said, are we talking about the same Hezekiah that we're talking about? She said, yes, he ain't no good. So she said, hold on, I want to show you something. And she said, Zeke, I showed her this and what you're doing and everything. And she just shut up. She couldn't just say nothing.
That's what happened. That's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
See, sometimes we have to stop trying to fight our own battles.
Yeah.
Because he already told us, he said, revenge is mine.
Mm-hmm.
People gonna come against you. People gonna talk about you. They talked about Jesus.
Yep. That's right. That's right.
You know, my mama always used to say, she said, people gonna talk about you while you're here. And they're gonna talk about you when you're dead and gone. And that I have, it is true. I've seen it. People will tear you down. I saw it. I was laying in the hospital back in 2019 when I was working on this suicide awareness project that just released this year.
I remember.
People tore me down. They ostracized me. They did all kind of stuff. But I thank God for true friends and people that truly knew who I was.
Yep.
Because I didn't even know all this was doing. They was trying to take over the group. They was trying to take over the book project. They was trying to do a lot of stuff. But you know what? I could have came back on Facebook because everybody that know me, they know how ruthless I could be.
Yeah.
But I ain't that person no more.
Mm-hmm.
When I say God changed me, he touched my heart. He worked on me from the inside out, not from the outside in. He worked on me from the inside out. So this time I can truly say that I've changed.
And you know,
when I tried to do it my way, it ain't never been right. Ain't never been right. I had to give it to God. I had to let go and let God do it. I'm about to go. We're about to go on air. We're about to go on air because you know I can get really into this. Good morning, good morning, good morning. You are tuned in to Walk in Purpose with Angela. Of course, I am Angela Thomas Smith, and you are tuned in to SADIOR Radio, the station that is more than just music. Of course, you know I am live also on Facebook, so I have to give my Facebook family a shout out. Hey, y'all, and thank you guys for tuning in. I so love all of you guys that support me across my various networks. So, today, y'all, I tell you, it's been amazing all morning. You know, we had some technical difficulties going on this morning. One of my guests couldn't get on. And then one of my guests had to swap off work. But you know what? I thank God for people that are willing to, what do you call it? When they can go with the flow and don't complain. And I'm telling you, they not compromise, but maneuver, I guess that's what you want to say. We maneuvered that thing this morning. And when I tell you God moved, because I tell you, Blaque Diamond, if you listening, you touched my heart this morning. I love you, sister, and I'm praying for you on this journey.
God used her this morning, you know, because a lot of people going through some things. You know, 2020 ain't been the best for a lot of people. You know, we lost some people. You know, we lost some jobs. We lost some homes. We lost a lot. But nevertheless, God is God. You know what I'm saying? But I thank you. This young man that's sitting here with me, y'all, he's near and dear to my heart too. And y'all gonna come across that. A lot of people that come across my platform, because we are genuine people. And when you connect, you connect. You can't help it. It ain't nothing fake about me. I might wear fake hair every now and then. I don't wear fake lashes, but I wear fake hair sometimes and nails sometimes. But my lashes is mine. But just keeping it real. I am who I am. And I love the Lord. But we are real and we keep it real. I met Hezekiah right here on Facebook, like a lot of my friends. And we connected. And we lost contact, but we reconnected. I got a message one day. I didn't even know he was in Atlanta. But they were saying, somebody said Hezekiah was sick. He was in the hospital. They was like, do you know him? I was like, yeah. I was like, is something wrong? And we just started reaching out and started connecting. And that's how we were able to get back in contact with each other. And I said I was never going to allow us to slip apart again, because I don't know what it is about this young man. He's a little younger than me, so he's my little brother. But this young man, he has drive. You know, his life hasn't been easy. And I'm gonna let him. I can't tell his story. I can't even introduce him. I just know he's my little brother. He does a lot. He's a part of an amazing magazine. He is a part of an amazing podcast. Matter of fact, he's the owner of the podcast. He's a serial entrepreneur. And I want him to share just a little bit about himself. So, brother, please share with my listeners and those that are tuned in across Facebook. Who you
First
are.
of all, I want to thank God for allowing me to be on this show this morning, even though we went through the difficulties that we did. But my name is author Hezekiah Morris. I'm an author of 5 books: Restoring Hezekiah, Changing a Generation, Restoring Hezekiah, Me and Only Me, Remember Them Days When We Were Young, The Player in Me, and The Player in Me Too. I started writing books back in 2015. I was incarcerated. I was going through some addictions and just dealing with life. And at that time, I just wanted to give up with life, you know, and just dealing with a whole lot of, you know, people telling me I was going to be a nobody and just I was going to never amount to nothing. And when I got out, I started working this day labor job. And I said I was going to publish my book. You know, I wanted the world to know what I went through as a person and what was going inside of my mind state and how I was feeling inside, you know, because growing up in a household that I grew up in, it wasn't all good. It was actually crazy and domestic violence in there. And, you know, some of the habits I picked up on and growing up as a young man and never reaching my full potential, you know, I always had book smarts and stuff, but I just never could find my niche. And I kept stumbling along the way. And each time I reach a plateau, I fall back down. And so I started writing that book. And when I got out, I got it published and everything. And I still was going through, I was going through a bad relationship and my addictions had came back to haunt me. And I was like, you know, maybe God don't want me in my hometown anymore. Maybe it's time for me to go and do something. And it was by faith, because that's one morning I just got up and said, I'm leaving town, you know, with these 10 books. And en route to going to Philadelphia and New York, I sold all them 10 books so I could have money in my pocket. And it was a blessing because that was the first time I was ever out on my own and just being by myself, no family, nobody. So it was a humbling experience, but it was sad. And I cried a lot, you know. I was like, God, what is going? Why am I just here, you know? And I still didn't know what I wanted to do out of life. And you know, I would get up, and my cousin, he lived in New York in Brooklyn. So I said, I'm gonna go up there and visit them. So when I visited them, I said, you know what? Every morning I'm going to get up at 5 o'clock and I'm going to go down to Manhattan and I'm going to catch one of them Fox News shows and Today shows while they live. And I caught the Today Show one morning and I had my book on the Today Show live in the audience. Nobody caught it. I never can find that recording or nothing else. But I was on the Today Show with that book. And when I was up there, I just grinded and grinded. I did Columbia University. I did Temple University. I did Pitt University book signing. And I had scheduled Howard University and Georgetown University book signing. They were supposed to be 2 days. One day I was going to do Howard, and that Sunday I was going to do Georgetown and leave. Well, I got sick that night, and I had to get on the bus at 4 o'clock that morning. Mind you, I had paid for the ticket. I only had $4 to my name. I get to D.C. around about 11 o'clock. The book signing was at 12. And Andre Harris, my mentor at the time, she had her own little radio show beside the barbershop. And I come in with this one little book. And she was like, what are you doing in here with this? What do you got there? And I was like, oh my goodness, who is this woman right here? And she said, sit down. In 15 minutes, I'm gonna put you on the show. And after that day, I was determined that I was gonna make it, you know, I was surprised at how many people could relate to my story of what I went through and, you know, just dealing with demons that we dealt with and not trying to hide who I was and be genuine about it and just going through what I go through. And, you know, I'm not afraid to tell my story and I'm not afraid to hide behind, you know, and be fake about it. I'm going to give you the real me. Yes, that's what I did. I went through it. And, you know, I still go through trying times just because, you know, God still I'm always going to be a work in progress because as long as God is in charge, we're never going to be perfect. And I know that. So, you know, it's not easy, but being on my own and just trying every day and trying to be the best person I can be, that's my drive right there. Because I don't want, at the end of the day, I don't want nobody to be like, well, he's a nobody and he didn't try. You know, and I don't want nobody to say, well, they gave me this and they gave me that. So I'm determined to do it on my own. And with this book thing, I started from scratch. You know, that's before we really wasn't on the internet. We really started getting on the internet when we had COVID. So I was beating the pavement with my feet. I was going to the bookstores, doing the book signings, going to different cities by myself, you know, that's trying to put my work out there. And it was just it's an amazing feeling and accomplishment when you get your reviews and stuff. And like this year has been really trying for me, you know, because, you know, I got family members. I haven't seen like some of my family in like 3 years, like my mom or my dad in like 3 years, you know, but at the same time, it's my time. You know, when they read that passage in the Bible, he said, okay, now it's time for you to leave home and do you. And I had to realize that I had to stop using my mom and dad as a crutch. You know, oh, pity me, oh, pity them. Okay, because I went through what I went through as a child, but I can't keep blaming them because,
wow.
You know.
You said something there. Because people need to know that. You know, and people still, man, you touched on something right there. You hit that. Ooh, you hit that nail on the head. Because I'm telling you, we've been blaming people for years. We still doing it. 400 and how many ever years? We've been blaming people. It's time that we wake up.
And me trying to just trying to find forgiveness in my heart because the longest time, you know, even though my dad is a different person now, I still carried old feelings from back when I was little, like, now that you was a minister now, but at the same time, and I still try to use that crutch and be like, oh, whoa, well, you owe me this because my life isn't this way. It ain't supposed to be like that. And I had to learn, like, me and my mother's relationship was a bruised relationship, but I had to check myself too about that because why do I have to call my mom? I always expect when I know I'm gonna expect the answer. that I'm going to get. You know, that means I'm just hurting my own self when I do that. And I had to realize that, you know, maybe they didn't know how to raise kids, you know, because they was young themselves. And what they seen when they was young, maybe they brought that into how they raised the kids. So it's a lot of emotional stuff that I was dealing with. And I still go through it. You know, I still go talk to a therapist and stuff like that because I still harbor them feelings, you know, sometimes. So, and, you know, some days it's harder than others, but I still get up and I show up, you know, and just for people to go through things like, you know, when I wrote my first book, you know, most people like, oh my God, that's a lie. He didn't go through that. My family know I did. And then they would tell you because sometimes we would have to stay with them. So just being able to know that who I am, and I've learned a long time, I don't care about what other people say about me or, you know, talk about me. That's on them, you know. That's as long as I know they don't pay my bills, they don't go to work for me, and their legs don't move like mine, I'm okay with it because, like you said, they talked about Jesus Christ. And just the opportunities that this year has brought, man, it's been, even though it's been a bad and hard year, it's been a prospering year for a lot of people. You know, and I had a lot of opportunity this year, you know, the magazine, winning awards, and just reflecting back on like, man, this all started with just one book, not even knowing that it was going to get to this point. And it's a blessing. It's truly a blessing. And then when you do, like you said, when you do make mistakes, God always reminds you, look, this is where I can take you, you know. But, you know, the devil is always right there. But God will even bless you while you in the midst, while you going through, he still will bless you.
But see, people have to remember, too. You have to remember, he's saying in Luke 1:37, he said, faith, it does not make it easy. Mm-hmm. It makes it possible. So that scripture alone should remind you and let you know that things are going to come. Mm-hmm. Obstacles are going to come up. Distractions are going to come. You know, people going to throw darts at you. People going to stab you in the back. They're going to backbite. They're going to all kind of stuff. It's going to come, but it's okay because you stepped out on faith and you believe that it's possible. It can happen. All you got to do is keep putting in work. All you got to do is keep showing up. Keep doing what you're doing, you know, and God will keep opening doors and he will keep prevailing. Even when you fail, he'll pick you up. He won't let you stay down for long.
He won't.
He know who you are. He created you. He said over in Jeremiah 1:5, he said, I know every hair on your head. I know my name. And then not only that, he said, I set you apart. You know, sometimes we wonder what we got to go through, why we going through this. But everything that we go through, it's not always for us. But it's for the people's lives that we're going to contact. Because, you know, I used to wonder why I had to go through a lot of stuff that I went through. You know, and I used to wonder, Lord, if you real, why am I going through this? Why you not saving me like other people? You know, that's what I...
And that's me, like, and I be Angela, I'm just like that, yes.
Because I didn't know. Thinking that I was going through this all alone by myself. Because see, when you get saved and you get really into church young, they don't really tell you that you're going to go through, that this is going to happen, that this is possible to happen, this may happen, this may come up, but you got to stand on the word and you got to know that even if you fall, they make it seem like that if you fall, you're going to go straight to hell right then and there. He ain't gonna give you a chance to get it right. But that's not so. And people they need to stop telling people that and making people believe stuff like that. They need to let people know that it's okay. You may fail, but just because you fail does not mean that's your end. That you can recover. You know, that you can make right whatever wrong it is, but you got to learn from that. Move on and move past it. You know, we hold so much in and we allow so much to come against us. We allow it. We allow it. We have the power to change our destiny. But we're not willing to let go and let God. You know,
That's
and then
right.
we hold these grudges, and then we wonder why we be sick. We wonder why all these ailments come. We wonder why all this is going on in our life because we holding grudges. We holding on
That's
to
right.
stuff on the inside, and it's killing us from the inside. But
Yep.
if we let go and truly heal, we wouldn't be suffering from a lot of these illness. A lot of stuff that's taking place in this world right now, it wouldn't be taking place. Wouldn't be taking place.
And you know, it's a little harder, like you said, in the Black community because we so much don't want to show our emotions or tell our feelings because we are always putting each other down as a race. And we are taught to hide our feelings, to don't believe in telling somebody how you feel because of what, even if you tell a family member, because you think they're gonna go talk back to that person. So we suppress our feelings.
And I'm gonna tell you where that go back to. And then all that go back to the slave mentality.
Yeah.
House slaves, and then you had the field slaves. So the field slaves felt like the house slaves didn't understand what they was going through, and they felt like they was better. So that a lot of that play a part, and a lot of that is past trauma and generational curses that need to be broken. And the only person that can do that is you and God. That's self. That's a self thing. That's something that you got to deal with, and something that when you learn to love yourself and learn to put value on you and who you are and who God say you are, that's when you can walk in any and everything of God.
Okay.
Because he said, seek ye first the kingdom and all things. He didn't say some things. He didn't say half of your heart desires. He said, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven.
Yes.
And all things shall be added. See, we get lost. We get confused. We want to see what we want to see. And we want to apply what we want to apply to our life. No, the word is the word. And you either going to line up or you're going to fall by the wayside.
Yeah.
I want to be who God called me to be. I want to be able to educate, empower, and encourage. I want to be an impact on people's lives. When my number go on that tombstone and that dash in between, I want people to remember those dashes. You know, I want them to remember the things that took place in my life along that dash. And they can say, you know what? Yeah, she went through a lot, but she didn't let it keep her down.
That's right.
Because that's what I want people to know. That you can go through whatever. You can lose everything in this world, but you can never lose your faith. You can never lose the one that created you, that has all things. It can make all things possible. We can never lose that. And nobody can take that from you because that's inside of you. And that's in you. And once you have that relationship with God, can't nobody touch you. They can throw darts at you. They can do whatever. Anything can come at you and you will not be moved. You won't be moved. I want you to share how the listeners can get into contact with you and how they can get some of those amazing books. And how they can follow you.
You can follow me on Instagram at Author Hezi. You can follow me on Facebook as Hezekiah Morris. You can find my books on Amazon, 3,000 other bookstores, Barnes and Nobles. Also, you need to read the magazine too, Aspiring Authors Magazine. I also write a little column in there. What else we got? I also got a podcast you can listen to. It's called The Author's Lounge. That's every Tuesday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. And I just got my business license. Thank you, Angela, for pushing me to get that. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet. But
it's
you know, I got that.
Plenty to be done.
Yeah, I got that. I got my little LLC, Restoring Hezekiah Productions. So hey, this God is good. There's more gonna be in store next year. I'm just waiting on it. I'm just gonna ride it out. It's a
Amen.
blessing.
Amen. You know, I just
Thank you
thank
for
God
having me on
for
the show.
my various platforms because you look at me, I'm a little old country girl from a place that people have never heard of.
Me too.
Levelland, South Carolina. And I'm like, what is that? Have you ever heard of Due West or Antroville? No.
No.
Anderson, Abbeville? No. Okay, well, Greenville, Columbia, Atlanta. I'm 2 hours from Atlanta, 2 hours from Charlotte, 2 hours from Columbia. So I'm in the
Oh, you're in the
middle.
right spot
I'm
then.
placed nowhere in the middle of everywhere.
Middle of everything. Yeah. Yeah.
See what I'm saying? But for him to take little old me, a person that I never thought would be doing any of this, because people mark me when I talk because I talk really fast. And when teachers used to make me slow down when I was reading, I developed this speaking impediment, I guess, or I don't know. I began to smack, and I had this thing that was just. So I never thought I would be able to do public speaking, do anything of that nature. But now I am a host on 2 radio shows. I do my own podcast. I'm about to do another podcast. For him to take me and allow me to do the things that I'm doing, just to show other people.
You know what's funny?
Yes.
When I was in Philly, I met a lady named her name was Toni Morris, and she worked at Temple University. She used to do radio stations, and she interviewed President Jimmy Carter, his wife, and Bill Cosby, and all of them. And so this guy knew, he was real good friends with her. So he took me over to the house and I gave her my book to read. Well, me and her became best friends. And her name was Toni Rose. That's it. She said, I'm going to teach you the art of interviewing. Every day, and I would do her computer work for her because I was good at using the computer. So that was our trade-off. So she would charge me to teach me the art of interviewing. Everywhere we would go, if I said a sentence with ain't or whatever, or my words wasn't properly placed, she would just look at me or embarrass me. I was like, oh my goodness, but she's like, I don't want you to lose your country slang, but I want you to get the art of talking properly and how to do interviews correctly. And oh my goodness, I just love. She took me to a lot of places and introduced me to a lot of big time people. Like I could just walk into Temple University and go to her office and just be sitting there all day, just hanging out. And that was a blessing. I was like, wow, introducing me and then teaching me something at the same time, how to do an interview, how to not go and ah and okay, just be able to talk properly and just get the words out and ain't got to use ain't and isn't or is not. That was God sent right there.
And you know what? I thank God for people like that will be willing to pour into other people, and it's not about money, not about none of that. And a lot of things that I do. That's why I do it, because I want to see people win. I want to see people thriving. I want to see people walking in their purpose, because we wouldn't just throw here. We have a purpose for being here. And I believe that it's to impact lives so that more lives can be impacted. Even when we're not here, when we're gone, the generations after us, what are they going to remember us by? What are we going to leave them that they can carry on and remember the things that we've done, and our life not be in vain. Even though we may live on spiritually, but physically, the things that we're doing now, are they going to be remembered? Are people going to remember those things? Are you creating a memory, a legacy that will carry on and make a difference for generations to come? That's why I am right now.
Them special moments. Yep, them special moments.
I don't want to live in a life of hell and not be able to be remembered from that.
Yeah.
And your legacy die when you die because you've done nothing to preserve
Mm-hmm.
your legacy. See, like
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people, they have kids that they can pass their legacy on down to. I don't have kids,
Mm-hmm.
so I have to create my legacy for myself
Yeah.
and hope that my family and those that come after me will
Mm-hmm.
be impressed by the things that I do in honor of God. Because everything I
Mm-hmm.
do unto God. I don't do it for me. That's what I do
And,
it for others.
and you know, for me, like it was a couple of weeks ago, like me and my daughter, you know, don't have a couple because I'm always gone or on the road. And, you know, I was like, you know, I've always been the bad guy, but let me do something positive. So I called her. I was like, I want you to co-host this show with me. You know, she was like, "Oh, Daddy, I don't know what I'm doing. Don't worry about it. I give you the questions that you're going to ask. You that's co-host." And she did it. And I didn't know how she was going to react. But after the show, she was like, "I loved it. I want to do it again. Can we talk about Black Lives Matter next time?" And, you know, that made me feel so good because that was our bonding time right there, you know, just showing her a different side of who I am and what I do now. You know, that was amazing right there.
Not only that, you gave her an opportunity to tap into something that she had never done before. She got
Mm-hmm.
to experience something that she hadn't, and she liked it. So now
Uh-huh.
she has another gift
Mm-hmm.
that she can utilize
And
and
she was
something that she likes.
and she
And it's
was
giving
great.
her
I'm
a
sitting there,
voice.
I was amazed. I was like, is this my daughter right here? I was like, okay. You might need your own little show. You know, she got talent that she probably didn't even know.
Exactly. And you would have
Mm-hmm.
never known if you never even offered that to her. And see,
Uh-huh.
the little things can make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
And people don't even take time to think about these little things that can make a
No.
difference. And not only do they take time, they don't even, thank people for the good. So I want to
Mm-hmm.
thank you for taking time with your baby and pouring into your baby. Because now other males can see that. And
Mm-hmm.
not only that, they got another idea, another things that they can do with their baby.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
We have to learn to come together and share.
Yeah.
I love networking. I love
Mm-hmm.
collaborating. I love partnering. I just don't believe in too much sharing, too much this, too much that. I truly believe what God has for me is for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that He said He will make room for my gift. So if He'll make room for my gift,
Mm-hmm.
mine, that means He gonna make room for yours. That means He gonna make room for the next person, the next person, the next person,
Mm-hmm.
and the next person.
Mm-hmm.
So why do we have to be in competition?
I don't understand that. And you know what? I never understand why people don't. It's always like, well, I want this more than you or this. And it's not about that. It's about passion. And if you do surpass me, that's what it's all about. Now we're going up there together because
Okay.
I might make it a different way than how you going. But we all gonna arrive at the same time. You might arrive before me, but I'm coming. If I see you, that gets me to drive to want to get to where you at.
Look, I push, 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 push,
Yeah.
in hopes of
Mm-hmm.
you taking somebody else along the way with you.
That's right.
People invite me to their platform. Oh, I ain't going by myself. Because if
Mm-hmm.
I go, somebody else got to be coming behind me. So do you got room for
Exactly.
some more people?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I do what I do. I so love my platforms because
Mm-hmm.
every last one of them give me an opportunity to truly be who I am. And this is
Mm-hmm.
me. And people get to see me in my realness, my rawness, this is me. For real. I
Mm-hmm.
love what I do. I love touching lives. I love giving people an opportunity to come on my shows and to share their story.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care.
I was
I
talking
have
to the
people that
lady.
come on. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was talking to that lady that while we was waiting, because she missed your show earlier. So I was like, so you write books? She was like, yeah, I wrote a book. I was like, so what is it about? She was like, about me losing my son or whatever. I was like, well, I do a talk show on Tuesday, so if you would like to come share your story, come share your story. So she was like, okay. So I gave her my information. So a guy overheard me where I was at. He was like, you got your own radio show? Now, I don't like talking to strangers and stuff. I was like, yeah, whatever. You know, I wasn't trying to pay him no mind. But then I thought, I was like, somebody took a chance on me when I was a stranger to them.
Okay.
And he was like, I sing and I do this. I might have a single coming out. I really wanted, but I was like, you know what? I gave my phone number and I said, well, okay, let me know. Just give me a call and I'll put you on the show. See what you sound like, you know, because somebody had to take a chance on me. And you never know that guy's story or what he's going through. That might be his breakthrough right there, of to give him the confidence to build on what he really wanted to do. You know, and here, who am I to stop his dream? So here I was, I got out the way and I let God talk. I was like, okay, here's my phone number, give me a call. You know, and that was a blessing, because at first I was like, man, I don't talk to, I won't feel it, I want to talk to no stranger. But I had to think about, somebody took a chance on me. They didn't know who I was. You know, and then I have to be humble. Really.
You touched on something really important right there, because oftentimes we look at people and we see people in this flesh, and we don't know who people are in the spirit.
That's right.
And
yeah.
what they can offer you, and who they've been sent by to be a blessing. And we miss out on our blessing because we being mean, or we want to be antisocial, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Not willing to give that person a chance. So that's why it's very important. I tell people it's very important that you have a relationship with your creator, so that your creator will guide you and lead you on who to talk to, when to talk, and how to talk. Because he'll tell you if you need to go to that store or if you need to stay home. Because I'm telling you, it's not been plenty of times. I'm telling you, it's not been a time when I was living in Atlanta and I don't got back home and turned on the news and it's been a shootout at a place. And I just left that place. And it's not happened just one time. It's not happened a lot over my life. So I thank God for being in tune and being able to hear his voice. When he say, don't go this way, don't go left. When he say, go right, go right. Because I'm telling you, I'll never forget this day. I'll never forget this day. And I had a white Geo tracker. No, Geostorm. It was a little white car. I was living in Atlanta and I was over by Emory. And I didn't really know my way on the back street. And I remember I was driving up. My earpiece came out. I'm sorry. But I was driving and I clearly remember the Holy Spirit told me not to go the way that I went. But I went anyway. And I woke up to being in a head-on crash. Me and my ex, Warren, total lost my car, ran a red light, and hit another car. I was so.
And you know, for me, like, even though I've been writing books, I've still been in situations in Philly, in New York, in Atlanta, where God tell me, why are you hanging with this person? Why are you here? Why are you? I gave you a way out of this. Why are you still attracted to this? And I'm thinking at the same time, like, you know, I'm listening to him like, man, he's so right. And, you know, it, like, that's what I say when even in the midst of when I'm going through, he's still talking like, why are you over here? Why are you at this place? Why are you hanging with this person or that person when I pulled you out, when I gave you a way out of that?
And he will remind you. He'll remind you. And people think that they just out here
by themselves. No, you suppress him. If you sit and listen, because he speaks. He speaks down in your mess. He speaks. But you choose not to listen. And I'm just talking about me now, because that's what I did. And that's what my journey been like. But you know what? I choose to listen. I choose to be a willing vessel. I choose to be that impact. I choose to help others know that they don't have to go that route. That they don't have to do the things that we did. That you know God loves you. And he wants to see you thriving. He wants to see you in your best. Because if he didn't, he wouldn't have placed you here. He didn't just throw you here. And all this magnificent stuff that he placed in this world. And we put a limit on him. We can't. We cannot. We can't put him in a box. We put him in a box and we put ourselves in a box. When he created all this stuff that you can't even see. He created stuff that ain't even been invented yet to us. He created. And people don't even understand. Get off your butt. Stop complaining and do something. And if you lost and you need a way out, you need help. He gave us instructions. He gave us the Bible. And then all these people with these books now that sharing their testimonies and sharing their journeys. Pick up a book. Read a book. He giving you so many ways to be blessed. And we're not doing it. We're not receiving. Not open to receive. Because number one, we looking at the person delivering the message. Yeah, I'm messed up, been there, done that. You know what? But God speaks.
That's right.
And he wants me to let you know that you ain't got to go through what I went through.
That's right.
And it's a way out. And it's him. And no, I ain't no pastor, I ain't no preacher, I ain't no evangelist, I ain't nothing. I'm just Angela. I'm just his child. And I love him so. And I want everybody else to know that they don't have to go through what we went through.
That's right.
Depending on how water I went through, I don't want nobody to go through. I don't want my worst enemy to go through it. Nobody.
Yep.
But because I know, I want you to know that there's life after whatever you've been through. And know that you're not by yourself. I'll never leave you nor forsake you. You know, I'm often reminded, we people, they talk about the blood of Jesus, but every time I look at my arm and I see that blue vein, I just get so emotional, and just because that blood flows in me. The blood of Jesus flows in me.
Yeah.
That reminds me that everything is possible in spite of whatever come at me. I come on these lives every day. On Facebook, and then I'm on the radio. I'm on SADIOR Radio every Sunday now. And I will not be silent. I want people to know that they don't have to hurt in silence. They're not in this alone. That other people have been where you are. And some of us are going through right now.
Yeah.
And if you keep living, you're going to go through
some more.
You know what I'm saying? That's life.
Yep.
But he told us that he left a comforter with us, that we're not alone.
Yeah.
So no matter what happens in this world or you go through, you have to know that you're not alone. And then if you give it to God, he can change you. He can change you. And you can be the change. Hezekiah, I want you to share your books so people can see what your book look like. And they can know.
Okay, hold on. Oh, yes.
So y'all, this is what I do. I love sharing the word of God. I love sharing books. I love sharing authors because I truly believe that God did not just give us these books. That
this is my first one.
In these books, it's gonna touch lives.
This is my first one, Restoring Hezekiah, Changing a Generation. Restoring Hezekiah. Me and only me. Remember them days when we were young? And the player and me too. I don't have the player and me one because somebody at work kept bugging me to read it, so I let them read it. I don't.
But if
When
you
people
anything
actually
like
read,
me, I'm always giving away books.
me too,
I
me too.
don't.
You know
I
what,
give
Ezra?
away.
I don't
I give
care.
away more than I sell.
I do too. I do too. But you know what? That is our blessing right there to share with the world. I don't care if they buy it or if it's free. If they read it and they come back to you, they're like, oh my God, I love that book. That means that she's sharing it with her mama, her sister, everybody else. So now they want to get the book. That's the blessing right there. And it ain't always about selling something. It's the passion that you have. Like, they're so interested in reading a book. Why not give them a book? It's a book. You know what I mean? That's what we write for. You know, you have some authors, sell. I'm not like that. If they want a book, I'm going to give them a book. If not, I might even order one offline just so they can read it. You know what I mean?
Amen. I tell you, I just want people to be blessed. I just want people to walk in their purpose. I just want people to know that they weren't just thrown here. That they are special. They are an apple in God's eye. That they are special. That they have purpose. You know. And I just want them to know that. So that's what I do across.
Like you said, I might order 10 books. I might sell 2 books out the whole 10, and the rest of them I sign them and give them away.
That's what I do. I got about 10. I already got them enveloped. Now I don't sign them. I put them in envelopes. I'm just waiting on to be addressed. You know, I posted on Facebook that I was selling them. You know, and I'm selling them for half price what they listed on Amazon. But you know what? If somebody reach out to me and say they want a book, they going through something and they need a word.
Yep.
You know, it's 20 of us in this book. We're sharing our journey. We're sharing our truth. We're sharing that thing that has hurt us. But we chose to share it because we don't want people to be hurt and to hurt in silence.
That's right.
We want them
Yeah.
to know that we overcame. I'm telling you, I'm getting ready for this virtual conference, December 27th. It's gonna be on. We're gonna stream through Facebook Live and Zoom.
I would be there. I got the invitation.
It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
We're gonna be teaching people how to renew their minds, and then they got to reset themselves to get back on track to where God said, according to Jeremiah 29:11. And then once God resets you, then that's when you can be restored back to where He wants you on this journey, and then you can continue this journey. Because you know what, we get off track. And He has to release us of all that stuff that we've taken in when we got off track. So this is the renewing of the mind and the renewing of the heart come in. And we should be doing that daily anyway, so that we can destroy all that is not like Him. And then once He renew you and remove all of that, then He can reset you back to where you were supposed to be before you got off track.
That's right. Yeah.
I thank Him for that. I thank Him for that. You know, I didn't understand it when He gave me. I'm like, then reset me to restore me. What? And He broke that thing down to me. And when He broke it down to me, I truly understand. You renew, then you reset, then you can be restored to get back on track to where you got off track. And that's what it's all about. And I want people to know that they are loved. God loves you. And that you can just throw here. I want you to share something inspirational with the people before we leave.
Let me see. I got something. This from my first book right here. I was gonna look for something to read out of it too, but this book right here. This is my baby right here. Yeah. Okay, here we go. No, this ain't it. Let's see.